Hello again. I bought a flat cap. What do you think? A little bit of shade for the old forehead, bald patch, touch of dignity perhaps. And now, of course, the vague appearance of a man who knows about country pursuits and gardening and can say things like, oh, that's a lovely runner bean. But I've discovered, I didn't know about this, the power of a flat cap. It actually means something. Not to normal people like you and I, you understand, but ferret smugglers. I had no idea this world even existed, but I put on the flat cap to walk the dog, and suddenly there are men nodding and signalling from the trees, beckoning. It's like we're in the same Cub Scout pack, you know, with all the fingers. And I was a bit perplexed, to say the least. Later I was going into B&Q and one fella looked me straight in the eye and as if to say, one of us. And I was only going in for compost, maybe a sausage roll. But apparently in some circles, the flat cap is the equivalent of a gang tattoo. I know. Apparently there are distinct levels of rodent criminality. It's like the mafia with moles. So a basic tweed number says, I move the occasional shrew. Corduroy, different league entirely. And God help you if somebody turns up with one of those hats with flaps. Run, hide. That man's probably, he's got illegal polecats he wants you to take on. Look, next thing you know, you're being cornered in supermarket car parks and people going, psst, mate, interested in a stout? No, I only came for sherry and pear drops. Oh, but rodent rustling isn't the only issue. Once you start wearing a flat cap, people assume you know things. You look like perhaps a man who has strong opinions about whippets. And then you find yourself taking an interest in things you barely noticed before. I put the cap on and I suddenly found myself standing with my hands behind my back, looking at gravel. That's how it starts. Mrs. B says I'm imagining it, but she's not the one getting meaningful nods from strange men near garden centres. Honestly, there's a whole shadow world out there, and all because of a flat cap. God only knows what'll happen if I break out the fedora. Now, I almost forgot to remind you of the last, you see it's cutting off the circulation to my head, the latest podcast chapter, Big Skies and Small Ponds with Drew Baxter. The chapter is called Paprika, and it's basically loads of stories that have, things I've experienced in supermarkets. I'm scared to air this in there in case I get offered a raccoon in the foreign food section. Anyway, I must go. I have a shipment of pine martins to dispose of. So that's it for now, but who knows? We may well speak again very soon.